Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's Open Curtain intermission feature. My name's Sean Wah. I'm from the artistic team here at San Francisco Opera, and I'm joined by my fabulous colleague and aptly named Shauna Lucy from our production team here at San Francisco Opera. And we're here to talk a little bit to you about tonight's production of Manon. And this is the first intermission, and we welcome you all to send your questions into us and to Shauna to ask away with hashtag Open Curtain, which I think is appearing in the super title right over above. And
so don't be afraid to use that Twitter, folks.
Exactly, Twitter. And coming also at you on Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube. Hello to everyone watching wherever you may be. So, Shauna.
Yes, Sean.
Hello.
Hi.
My first question to you is about what we're seeing in the floor here. This floor is quite reflective and is creating quite a show, I think, throughout the entire performance. Can you talk a little bit about what this is made of and how also our fabulous lighting team worked with the reflective surface in the show?
Sure. So the first thing I want to point out is that we have some of our fantastic IATSE crew members here, members of Local 16, working on our scene shift. They are fantastic members of the San Francisco Opera team, and they do incredible work. As you can imagine, these sets, this set as well as all of the sets that you'll see this fall and in the summer when you come and see the Ring Cycle, these men and women are tasked with putting these incredible sets together. So we have many crews, union crews, working here in the Opera House, including our incredible members of the orchestra who are part of AFM Local 6. The artists, the singers, and the dancers, and the production staff are part of the American Guild of Musical Artists, as well as other union crews that work behind the scenes in order to bring the show to you. So now to get to what the surface of the floor is, it is actually a polished aluminum laminate on plywood. And as you can imagine, it gives us this incredible luminescent feel. But when you point lights at a reflective surface, you have to be really careful that we're not blinding you, our dear audience members. So of course, the lighting department worked very carefully to make sure every moment is illuminated with beauty and grace. So that's a little bit about the floor. Do we want to talk about the wall?
Yes, I'm very curious to hear a little bit more about the surface of the wall here. And also, there's a lot of action that happens behind that wall. Can you talk a little bit about how that all happens?
Absolutely. So this curved wall is actually made out of the material, you know, when you see crossing guards wearing safety vests or any of those safety vests that have reflective surfaces, on that wall, that's the same material that you see on those vests. Now, the wall, in order to access it, 75 steps to get up there, folks. So you can imagine people are not going, they're not using their Stairmasters this morning before the performance. They get all their steps in, getting up on top of that wall. And once you're at the highest point at the wall, you're 24 feet above the stage. So it's quite a perspective and very, very exciting.
That's great. So just a reminder to send in your questions using hashtag OpenCurtain, and it'll pop up right here on my screen, and I will read it out loud and make you famous. So
I think we have a question right here at the pit rail.
Sure. Sure, the question is, how steep is the rake of the floor? Can you talk a little bit about what a rake is and then answer that?
Sure. So, you know, there are all kinds of ways in which we can present our operas to you using scenic elements. A rake is when the floor of the stage starts low and goes high, right? And it used to be in the history of theater that all stages were raked, which is why in the United States, this portion is called downstage, and that portion up there is called upstage. But even if we use a flat floor, we still refer to coming close to the audience as downstage and going away from the audience as upstage because of the history of raked stages. Now, this grade is pretty steep. I'm not totally sure what the grade is, but we will find out and we will let you know because I think one of my assistant stage manager friends is going to tell me what the grade is on here. Do you know, Andrew?
I do. So the deck is actually raked in two directions It's raked like this, and it's also raked like this. And so it's a 1/4 inch to the foot going right to left, and it's a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch to a foot going up and down stage.
Now,
Wow.
folks, just remember, not only are our singers singing with incredible grace and musicality, they're also not even on a flat surface. So imagine adding heels to that, ladies. I mean, that is really a feat, I have to say.
That's right. And let's give ourselves, our stage management staff, Andrew Landis, who just came out from our stage management staff, a round of applause for all his knowledge. Fabulous. So we do have a question coming in from Melinda McLean. Hello, Melinda. Asking, what is the significance of balloons in this piece?
So, we've only yet started our evening here with Manon, so I don't want to give any spoilers away, but balloons are definitely a wonderful theme for this director in this production. And you'll see as the evening goes on that balloons come back. And I'll leave it to you for your own interpretation as you continue to enjoy this incredible music, this incredible cast, and this fabulous production.
That's right. So you have a lot of exciting balloons to look forward to. So talking a little bit about how this production fits into some of what else we do here in this theater right now. So we have Turandot opening on Saturday. We have the world premiere of John Adams and Peter Sellers' Girls of the Golden West opening on Tuesday, not to be missed, and a world event there. But how does that work with a theater like ours in terms of moving from one production to the next? Is it a full-time, 24-hour operation here?
So one of the incredible things about the San Francisco Opera is that we offer so many titles for you to come and see and experience in just a few matter of days. And what it means is in terms of practicalities, because we have living in our house this set, these costumes. We also have, like Sean said, Turandot and our world premiere of John Adams' Girls of the Golden West. And as you can imagine, we are all friends of opera and fans of opera. I always like to think of opera as it's like theater taken to the nth degree. So our sets are big and our costumes are incredible. And so trying to move between these sets is quite a task, which again, we give a shout out to our IATSE crew members and all of the crews who are working backstage. For example, sometimes we need to come in very early for a lighting session in the morning, and we'll finish the opera, late tonight. So the crew might have to come back in at 7 a.m. and start changing so that we can start having a technical rehearsal on stage. Or sometimes they work overnight, moving the sets between shows so that we can get ready for something like a world premiere of John Adams' piece. And so it's incredible how all of these people, how all of us work together in order to keep the season moving.
Fantastic. And so one question coming in from Siri, how did the lighting design team achieve that beautiful glow on the stage?
I know. Isn't that incredible? I have some questions for Gary Martyr, who's our lighting designer. I thought to myself, we have some gorgeous singers in this production, and that lighting really makes them, it transforms us into kind of a heavenly glow. And it reminds you of the magic of theater, and it coupled with the music is just an overwhelming experience. So I think using the reflective surfaces as well as the materials on which she is sitting, as well as her costume piece, gives this luminescence and gives her that otherworldly glow.
Fabulous. Well, I think that's all we have time for tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please enjoy the remainder of this performance. Thank you, Shauna.
Thank you, Sean.
And please continue to watch sfopera.com. Follow us on Twitter at sfopera and on Instagram at sfopera. And we look forward to seeing you at a future San Francisco Opera production.
Perhaps even at our world premiere coming up next week. Hope to see you there.
That's right. Great.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.